Okay, all right. I'm just going to close that. All right, I'm so sorry, everyone. Let me see here. No, I want to co-host. And where is such and such? Such and such, such and such. Come on. This is really odd. Why am I not finding him? Oh, here we go. There you go. Wait, no. Such and such. There's a lot of such and suches. Such and such. Homestead. That. Oh, shit, I just found you. No, that's subs and such. What is going on? Oh, there you go. Oh, it says you're not on live. Oh, well, here's my cell phone. Hey guys, how you doing? We're gonna start the interview in just a second. As soon as such and not on live. Oh, well, here's my cell phone. Hey guys, how you doing? We're gonna start the interview in just a second. As soon as such and such. I apologize. Thank you so much. All right, so just pulling up questions here, and why does it say not on live? I don't know. Okay, well, as soon as he goes live, I apologize, guys. I'm sure he will go live in just a moment. But just so you guys know, my name is Stefan. I'm actually, my profession is a strategic life coach. And what I decided to do is I wanted to start a channel like this because I really wanted to help people that are doing really good in the world and helping others. And essentially, I have been recommended, to different people. And so if you guys ever have someone that you want to recommend, DM me, don't put it in the chat. And to be honest with you, while I'm going to be doing the interview, I am going to be likely not really responding. And so I do apologize for that. But we will leave about 10 minutes at the end to be able to ask some questions to him. Of course, you can always ask him questions or from me, beforehand, and I'll if I can, I'll try to get to it. But again, I really want this to be, as professional as possible. I am going to try to DM him unless anyone else wants to DM him. No. Okay, so he invited me as a guest. Yeah, it can't be as a guest. It has to be as a co-host. So, okay. Yeah, I know, man. So you have to go to on your bottom left of your live, there's a little infinity symbol, and you click that. And, well, actually, wait a minute. You're live right now. So, so let me go here. And search. Such and such. And Homestead. Homestead. All right. It says you're not on live, so I'm really very curious what in God's name is going on. So, all right. Well, I'm just going to accept his. So just if you have the ability to click on that little button while you're live, such and such, to just add me as a co-host, that would be awesome. Are you able to do that? The good news is this all also lets some people, get in. Okay, you can let them know they. Oh yeah, so you guys can actually get daily bonus points if you complete the daily mission. Um, Now, the daily mission is like now, mind you guys, my goal here is not about making money. Of course, donations are always appreciated because at the end of the day, for me, and also any follows are also appreciated. Likes are always appreciated. But I'm not going to be one of those creators who's just going to pump you guys for money. I need to make a living as well. Coaching has actually been a little bit tougher recently because people are holding on to their money. But anyway, my point here is to go live. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually do something else and add such and such a different way. I didn't want to have to add him this way, but I am going to do my best to try to add him this way. Otherwise, such and such, are you able to just press the co-host? Okay, that is crazy. Why is the co-host doing that? Wait, oh, there we go. All right, I got you, man. So you just have to press, there we go. Timing is of the essence. Right. Sorry, man. Sorry. I appreciate it, brother. Okay, so now the benefit with this is that we both get the video after.
I'm trying to figure out TikTok just as much as you are. So,
all right, good. Yeah, TikTok has so many different ways to go about things. But listen, man, I really appreciate you being here. Him and I had a conversation earlier this morning, and he is exactly the type of person that I want to be interviewing because he exemplifies what we all should be, and that is selfless and do contribution. So I'm going to ask him some questions, and I have some really great questions here. And we're going to try to keep this at about half an hour. I know that he has some very important work to be doing, so let's get to it. All right, so first one is going to be, I'd love to ask you, Don Ray, first obviously welcoming you for your time. Tell me tell me a little bit about your story. How did you get to where you're at today, where you're helping so many people? How'd you get there?
that's the funny part. I think I've been here this whole entire time. However, it has magnified because, I think the space was created for it to happen.
Right.
And we will get into that further down into the interview. But I will show you how it plays out from where everyday giving and helping turns into a whole big idea where persons are now inspired to do more.
Okay. And so I know for you, you recently had a loss, and I'm sorry to have to bring that up, but I think that that's an important part of your story, right? I know you had mentioned your father had been passing, and I know there was also Hurricane Melissa, which decimated basically 20% of Jamaica. So can you tell me a little bit about that? That seemed to have been a turning point in your life. I know, tough question, man.
It is a tough question.
But I want people to really get to know you.
All right. So the truth is, it really played out with a lot of emotions leading up to a hurricane. Prior to the hurricane, I lost a really close uncle of mine. We're not even sure if he's passed because he's still considered missing.
Wow.
Right? No presumed dead, and that happened a few weeks right before the hurricane happened. Right before the hurricane happened, my father was kind of getting worse. He had a brain tumor, and I had recently just shut my business down so I can take care of him 100%. And it just happened that I took him to the hospital a few days before the hurricane hit. because he was having some bed sore issues that I wasn't able to control anymore because he had diabetes. He was diabetic, and they didn't seem like they wanted to heal. And leading up to that point, when I brought him to the hospital, it turns out to be way more than that. They immediately start working on him, trying to get him normalized, which happened. So when all that happened, I was now at ease, thinking, okay, everything is gonna be fine, no more bad news. And you know, the hurricane hit. The day after, I got a message that he passed, and it just struck home.
Was the hospital damaged at all? I'm just curious.
No, that particular hospital was not damaged. I want to say thank you to the staff over by Sentence Bay Hospital. They had really stepped up and looked out for him personally. Um, it was important that I brought him there because I had some 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 friends that worked there that would have made sure that he had got the best of care. Not saying that they wouldn't have done for everybody else, but I know specifically that they would have done 300% more just to make sure he was okay.
That's amazing. And unfortunately, hospitals are not always like that, you know. But that's beautiful. And so at that moment, that kind of changed things for you, right? What did you end up doing after that? Because I know you've actually been living off the land, right? You're off the grid, so I
Well,
can find you.
I've been doing it for 4 years. I've been running a landscaping and a lawn care business for almost 10 years, and I kind of just got to the point where it wasn't about money anymore. It was about realizing that we were the only species on earth that needs to work to live, and that never made sense to me. So I decided to make a transition slowly, moving into a homestead lifestyle where we were able to provide at least 90% of our own food. And 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 getting to that point was a process, hard work, but in the process, what I've learned and what I've known, I start teaching, and that's how we end up with such and such homestead, and that's how we got here. That's how we got to the homestead lifestyle. That's how we got to living off the grid. That's how we got to teaching persons about basic survival skills and basic um, reasons and conversations surrounding life in general. Right?
That's amazing. I mean, honestly, that's something that I would love to do, to live off the grid one day. Maybe I'll come to Jamaica. But that honestly was a turning point for you, because you were a prepper, right?
Right.
Right.
So for the whole entire time, leading up to now, my main focus was always grow your own food,
Right.
but be prepared for what's possible. I mean, we're all living in scary times. We're all living at the brink of a world war possible, right? And one of my biggest concern is not being able to feed my family while we go through whatever process it is, if we're still alive just to even eat, right? So I've been prepping by storing rice that will last for as much as 30 years, a lot of canning, growing some food that can also store for very long years, and buying a lot of shelf safe food, and just keep stacking these food up for the last 3.
So how much food did you actually have? Like a couple years worth?
Well,
Like for
because I
yourself?
had a small family of two boys,
Okay.
because had a family of two boys, and my girlfriend at the time, it I had roughly enough food to last me for roughly 5 to 8 years if we had decided to buckle down a little bit, right?
Well then, tell me, what did you end up doing with that food after the hurricane?
Well, immediately after the hurricane hit, I made an assessment and I was able to assess the risk, realizing that we're not gonna be facing hunger. This is not one of the situations that I was necessarily afraid of, but still we plan for these events so that we're not mentally trying to figure out how we're gonna survive, how we're gonna eat, do we gonna have to be waiting on the government and so forth. So so I immediately decide after I realized that my father passed, um also coming out of a relationship, just realizing that
Hmm.
it's just me. I decided to share all the food that I had stored away for as much as 8 years. So I just start running up the food and I start handing them out into the community, and that's where it all started.
And it's all just you, right?
Me and the bike.
You and the bike, and the car now too, right? I see.
Right,
Right,
right.
with new
It
brakes,
all
hopefully.
started. It all started with the bike because the road wasn't clear enough to be able to traverse with the car. So
Wow.
it was, the bike and getting us across.
So how did you get past like fallen trees and all that?
Well, that's the hard part because I might not be the strongest physically, but I was able to either pull the bike on the trees or over trees or around trees.
Wow. Wow.
Right.
And so I think followers would love to know, what your followers may know this already, but just anybody who's joining, what kind of like what do you like when you go out? How do you know who to help? Like, do you go to an organization? Do you just drive by and you find someone who needs help? How do you go about it?
All right. So to be honest, it's more of a discernment. You follow your heart and you're able to. I don't want to use the word judgment, but you're able to be led by, because I'm a Christian, and I believe that God moves in different ways, and I kind of just work with how I'm feeling about each individual that I see. No, I'm not saying that everybody does not need help, but I just believe that there are a tier of persons where some are in worst cases and then it keeps going up. So I try to look for the persons in the worst situation, and I just keep getting led by something. I can't put it in words, but I'm just able to find these people as I go along.
I mean, that's amazing because I've seen some of your videos, and you sometimes are just stopping as you're driving. And you're like, "Do you need any help?" Right? And so, what do you think the biggest need is right over there right now?
I think the biggest need right now in Jamaica is empathy. And this might sound cliche, but I believe if we have the right empathy, then everything else will follow.
Okay. All
The
right.
realizing the situation, the realizing the homelessness, the hunger, the need for simple things, that can make somebody's life a little bit better within within their little surrounding. So
Right.
empathy is really something that we need to strive for, and that's where it starts. But following empathy, housing is a big situation now because I'm seeing a lot of homelessness. Right, the neighbors can't take everybody. Food is a big concern now, where the persons who are going in the communities to give food, they are trying to do the right thing, but their delivering system needs adjusting, because the persons who are getting are the persons who's been getting, and it's not
Oh.
getting to the persons who are needing it the most.
Okay. So you're trying to work with people that really do need it the most, and that's amazing. So actually, you told me that your property got destroyed in this process. Is that right?
Right.
And so where do you sleep?
Well, sleeping wasn't a big concern for me because I'm built tough, right? And when when I found out that my dad died, I was actually on my way to the property to see if I can build something up within a day or two, because I'm hoping on the possibility of them releasing him from the hospital. So one of the first thing I wanted to do was to build a little part for him. But when I got the news that he had passed, I kind of just gave up and just said, you know what? I had a tent that I had, and I just popped the tent open. So I'm between the tent and the car, and that's how I've been living. It's not comfortable, but
But I mean, I apologize for making the reference. I don't know if anyone. It's almost like kind of like Jesus did. Living amongst other people that are struggling as well. Because for him, and honestly, that's the teachings of Jesus. Jesus, not Judas, but that's the teachings of Jesus, that you're actually, I mean, not to necessarily be with the poor, but to help the poor, and to, there's so much wealth in this world right now, and it's very centralized to just a few people, and it's sad that more people don't want to do what you do. Now, I think a lot of people, a lot of your followers, people that are listening right now, actually want to help. So let me ask you a question. How would people be able to help you right now? What's the best way that if someone could actually help you help others?
if I may just bounce the story back just a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, when I posted the content of my cabin and how the cabin was a mess,
Mhm.
persons who had been following me immediately start offering their financial support.
Wow.
$20, $10, $50, $100. Um, One of my good friend Brian Diamond, he sent me $500 instantly that same day. But I immediately start taking that money and serving the people,
I love that.
right? Because I thought I had a tent, I had a car. People didn't had those things.
Right.
So it was kind of automatic for me to naturally just start giving, not worrying so much about my situation, but start focusing on others. And as we receive it, that's how we started giving it away. And it became a thing where persons keep giving, and we keep doing more, we keep doing more. We try to reach as much community as possible. And it really led it into a movement now where persons are recognizing um, the selflessness, right, that is needed. And that's how we have gotten to this place where persons are starting to do more.
So do you feel people from the island and not as well? Do you think you're seeing more people come in and help from that? Is that what you mean? Or just people outside of the Jamaica?
Yes, because what was happening was that a lot of the information that we were receiving, because social media in those areas were not available. There wasn't any phone signal. So persons wasn't able to post the disaster in a whole. And when I started posting it, it started bringing a lot of eyes into areas that the media wasn't covering, as the media was only covering St. Elizabeth and that area. But
Right.
then I started highlighting Trelawney, Montego Bay, Westmoreland, Savlamar, all those areas. And the more I started speaking on it and making everyone aware, then the local started moving towards it. It took me 4 days after the hurricane before I saw the first aid group.
Wow. Wow.
All the aid groups, all the aid groups head to Trelawney, not Trelawney, sorry, to St. Elizabeth immediately after the storm. So when I started making these posts and pointing these areas out in the videos, persons realizing that it wasn't just St. Elizabeth, and we're not taking it away from St. Elizabeth, but we just needed to save more people that was badly affected just the same.
And so let me ask you this. for you, your mindset is helping others. I mean, as I spoke to you earlier, I think you're probably the most selfless person I've ever met in my life. I thought I was that way, but you are even more, and that's to me a hero, right? Because people have called you that, and I know you don't feel that way because you feel that this is what should be, right? Tell me a little bit about that. Tell me about that message.
It all started with my father, and I grew up seeing my dad being that person, right?
Okay.
My dad was always doing more for others than he had ever done for himself. I'm gonna tell you guys something that I've never seen in my entire life. I've never seen my dad bought himself a pair or a suit of clothes.
Really?
If it wasn't bought by his wife out of force or given to him by someone, he would not. Because he always used to say people are always in a worse situation than you are. And that kind of message is what I grew around. I grew up seeing that every day. I've seen I've seen kids outside the gate waiting for money to go to school. I've heard more people call my father their father more
Wow,
than we've echoed the word father in our house.
that's amazing. And that, I mean, wow. So that's where. So do you? It's almost like your father's spirit's with you. I mean, it has come within you to inspire you to do this, and that's honestly a beautiful thing. So, what would you want people to know about your mindset, or like what? How would you like society to change? How would you like people's mindsets to evolve from this?
I know there's a lot of persons here that have been affected here in Jamaica,
Yeah.
and especially in the western section of Jamaica. And I want persons to realize that even though we may all be in need, we
Hmm.
can always help somebody regardless.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
When we start serving, you will be served.
That's 100% true. I agree with that 100%.
So I want persons to start thinking about. I know it's important to put yourself first, and I know it's important to look out for your own self and make sure you have a shirt on your back, but take the sleeves off and give it to somebody else.
I like that.
Because
I
there's
like that.
always somebody in a worse situation than you.
And it
My
doesn't take much
father
to
had
help.
hammered that in my head.
Wow. And honestly, so
Yeah.
like me as a life coach, one of the human needs is contribution, and that's one of the things I try to encourage people to do because I'm sure everyone, if I ask them here, has contribution or helping someone else ever made you feel good, and it's honestly one of the greatest feelings to be able to help others. And you're from what I recall you telling me is that you really hope that people start to have that mentality to help others and become more selfless. Which, let's all be honest, that's how we should be as humans, right? This is the path that we should all take. So let me ask you this, because I want to be able to people to ask a few questions as well. But where do you see everything going from here? What do you want it to be?
I want this to be a clear example. I want this to be a point in life where people will remember that our neighbors needed us. Our neighbors needed more than us.
Mm.
And I want it to start becoming normal again for us to be our brother's keeper. I think we have lost as a nation, as a world, we have lost the meaning of brother's keeper. Everyone has now become self-centered, selfish. These are all the same words, but we've become so self-focused that it's easier to take your phone out and video someone dying than to offer assistance.
Wow.
And I don't want my child or maybe future children to grow up in a world that is selfish. to grow up in a world that does not take into consideration another fellow human, animals, right? We have to be a little bit more mindful and being selfless. That's just my message to the world, hoping that we can echo that kind of behavior.
I love that. And echo is actually
Yeah.
a great word for that. So, and I love that being as a parting message at this moment. And I would love for people to ask some questions if they have any questions, either on your side or on my side. If anybody has anything that they would love to ask, Don Roy, not Don Ray. So I apologize for that mistake. But if anybody has any questions about him, either on your side, if anyone's asking any questions, or on this side. So let's see. I swear someone asked a question here and I missed it. But apart from that, do you see yourself combining with other organizations?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I am being asked to collaborate with a lot of organization and foundation as of right now, and I am trying to make this become a plastic, fake, doing it for whatever reasons outside of being kind. So I have always said to them, listen, I appreciate offers, but I am going to be doing my one-man show as long as I can. My goal is not to become famous from this. It's not to gain anything from this, but to keep doing the work to the point where it becomes normal, where I can slowly go back into the shadows, where persons, right, are pushing out more effort than I am. That's what I want to normalize. That's what I want to see. We know the aids are coming. We know the all the foundations are coming. But until they get here, we are going to be our brothers' keepers, right? That is the message that I'm trying to push. We can't wait. We have to push some work in, and we have to help our brothers until they get here. And until then, we have to do for everybody as we want them to do for us.
I love that. I love that. So someone asked me a question that says, "Are you eating? Are you eating okay? Are you eating right?" It's just a question. I'm just the messenger. But if anyone's got any question, I mean, you look healthy.
Let me just say a couple of things. If I had sound or said that I am a one-man show, excuse me, I am not a one-man show. Let me first say thank you to Tiffany. Let me say thank you to Melissa. Let me say thank you to Tasha. Let me say thank you to T. They've been working in the background and they've been helping me to fill out the messages. They've been helping me. They've been reminding me every day. As a matter of fact, let me take that back. They've been threatening me every day to eat, to sleep, to eat, to sleep. No, I've been ignoring them because I'm going to be honest. I don't have a stove. I don't have pots. I don't have plates right now. I can get food on the road. However, a lot of times when I'm going through some areas, my adrenaline to just give is just going, and I totally forget that I didn't eat. Nor did I eat the day before. And where I'm getting the energy from, I don't know, but I just keep going. I know I can't go forever. So they've been living in my skin about eating, right? So I want to thank the team for reminding me to eat, right? But I will get to eating as soon as everybody gets a plate of food before me.
I love that.
Right.
I love that. So one person, Big Hero, asked, "Can I come over there and eat with you?" I'm assuming that's not really a question. Well, it is a question, but actually a more serious question I'll say is from Cheryl D or Sherry D. Is about how and this is a personal question. How's your mental health through all this right now?
That's a very good question.
It is.
That is probably the best question I've heard all night, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
No, mental issues has been on the rise across the world,
Yes, it has.
and leading up to this, the hurricane, I've been going through a lot emotionally as a man. I've been holding a lot in.
Okay.
Um, Personally, with my uncle, with shutting down my business so I can stay home with my father. Um, even as much as having emotional issues with my own mother, right? Families. Um, so leading up to the hurricane, I was already carrying a lot of mental stress.
Right.
No, I always believed that I was built strong, but we're not always strong enough to keep going. However, the same team, Tiffany, Melissa, Tash. So while I would make my regular TikTok videos and I may go live, they would check on me to make sure I'm okay. They would be willing to have the conversation, hear me out, right? A lot of the person will come on the live and actually hear me vent, right? So 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 mental health for me was heavy. It was already heavy,
Right.
right? And after the hurricane, to be honest, I do not know where I found the strength. But it's like it's a full reset. My focus has changed. Everything that was being an issue, I'm now focusing on the people. How do I get to more people? How do I get more? How do I fit more food, the food in the van? How do I get a bigger van to borrow? How do I get a team of people that can get more food in the bigger van? So my mentality has changed. However, I think this
You're breaking up just a little bit. I'm sure it's the connection there. I know that there's tough connections. Ah, and I guess you're going to reconnect in a second. It's saying,
right.
can you?
So all the things mentally that I've been. Let me make sure that
You're
it's
good.
not me. All right. Am I good now? You guys are hearing me?
Yeah, we're
Right.
good. We're good now.
So all the things that I've been carrying mentally leading up to the hurricane, that for me was heavy. But now that the
Right.
focus has changed to the people, um, I think the defense mechanism is protecting me from handling all the emotions that I still eventually gonna have to go through. But as of right now, the focus is on the people. The focus is on trying to get as much houses, food, water, right? Trying to keep my SUV alive because I've been doing so much damage. So eventually I'm going to have to face the music. And when I face the music, I know I'm going to have the same people behind me
Yes.
that's going to hold me and keep me together because I know I'm going to be handling a rough patch because I have so much to vent and cry and mourn
I understand.
in a week or two.
Well,
Right.
not. I know we just really met
So
today,
that's my
but
so that's where the mentality is.
no, and I love your answer,
Right.
and I appreciate your honesty. This is why I do what I do here because I want people to really understand who you are. You make these videos, but then I want people to know the person behind all the actions, in a deep way. So, and I'm going to just say this as a coach, I obviously work a lot on mental health, and I want you to know that I'm a support for you if you ever need. Okay, just as we talked this morning, if you ever need, I'm here for you as well. I want you to know that because you're an honest inspiration for me, and honestly, I just love helping people in the same way. I jump into action even if my life may have some struggles. I honestly rather help other people because it makes me feel good, and I know that that's my purpose. And I think I think for you, you didn't know where you got that energy and that spirit, but I have some ideas of where that may have come. But Another person here asked, and this is Blue Skies asked, what parish needs the help the most right now?
Well, let me say that St. Elizabeth is still on the top of the list, right?
Okay.
Because that's where the hurricane entered. That's where the eye actually traveled, and that's where the first impact was,
Oh,
right?
wow. Okay.
So St. Elizabeth still need the most help. However, the government have kind of take control of the area, if you will,
Right.
and they are focusing a lot more on Black River side, and some areas you're not able to go in as a citizen to try to help anybody as of right now because it's barricade with soldiers. Some areas, right?
Okay.
But St. Elizabeth being the worst, if you ask me, and then leading from St. Elizabeth all the way up into Westmoreland, and then continuing outwards right between Montego Bay and Trelawney.
Okay.
So that pathway between Montego Bay and Trelawney seemed to be affected the most. Third down the line to Westmoreland. Where my cabin is, the eye of the storm actually passed right over it.
Wow. Wow.
So Westmoreland is second on the list, and then Trelawney. Then there's some other affected areas like Savlamar, Manchester. And when we're talking about the kind of damages here, guys, we're talking about as a percentage of how much houses were lost, as a percentage of how much infrastructural damage was done, right? So I know there are some parishes that have some damages, but there are some that are just worse than some, right? Hanover sustained some damage. I went to Hanover myself yesterday, and I was speaking to some persons from Rural Central Kitchen, and they're saying Hanover did get some damage, but they're, not at the top, but they got some damage. St. Anne got some damage, but they're not at the top, but they got some damage. A part of Trelawney got some damage, but coming closer in between Montego Bay and Trelawney, because that's where the eye wall walked.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So stepping back into Westmoreland, Anchovy, Cambridge, Betheltown, I can't name all the areas, Seaford Town, leading back to Newmarket, leading back to Middle Quarters. Those areas, if you'd seen them for yourself, then you would be able to do the comparison. And I've seen maybe about 60% of the affected areas so far, and the little bite that I've been trying to travel and trying to see all the areas, trying to find all the persons that need it the most.
Wow. I do have another question from Blue Skies here. Has any organizations opened up for a team to physically help these parishes? The ones that the military is kind of, I guess, holding, blocking aid. Are they blocking aid, or they're letting aid in? Why are they blocking that area? Just because it's very damaged?
All right. I didn't hear the first part. I think you
Oh, I'm sorry. So has any organization have any organizations opened up for a team to physically help these parishes, the ones that you're talking about? Are there teams in all those parishes? Different organizations?
I'm going to be honest, and I don't have all the answers here, because not because I have not seen it for myself, that does not mean it's not happening.
Okay. Okay.
So not because I have not seen it for myself. I think his internet got cut out. Let me just wait for him to come back so I can answer that question. Right. So I have not seen it for myself. So it doesn't mean it doesn't happen, but I'm going to tell you what I've seen so far.
Okay.
Let me just take this opportunity to big up Rural Central Kitchen.
Yeah. Okay.
They are the only foreign aid that I have personally seen that stuck around between Trelawney, between Montego Bay, between Westmoreland. Personally, I have not seen anybody else. 90% of all the aid went to St. Elizabeth. We have not seen those persons.
Okay.
Now,
Wow.
what I've seen since I started highlighting a lot of these areas is persons were reaching out to me now, asking me for where to go, right? Someone just mentioned Spice, for example. So Spice had reached out to me and asked me. Spice is a Jamaican artist, by the way. Spice had reached out to me and asked me, said, Dan, listen, I've seen your videos. Tell me where to go. Big up Spice. Spice followed and listened, and I said, Spice, go to Bethel Town, right? DL messaged me and asked me, Dan, where do I go? I said, go to Star, right? So persons are realizing and seeing now the damages in some of these areas. And even the local artists, and remember, the local artists are not entitled to help anybody. The citizens are the other residents from different communities. They're not entitled, but persons are now coming out and they're doing as much as they can do, right? So let's give thanks to the persons who are now coming out and pushing out and doing what they can. I don't want anybody to be comparing and saying who could have done more, who could have done more, who could have done more. What I want to see is what are you doing? What have your neighbor done? Let's all come together and do more.
I agree 100%. And around this world, I mean, just like in the United States right now, there's a lot of people struggling for food, and there's a lot of people are stepping up and helping. And I can tell you, you're an inspiration to me. And I want to try to help your cause as well. That's part of why I wanted to interview you. And you've been such an inspiration to people. So I promised you about 30 minutes. So I think we're about at that mark. Is there anything that you want to leave as a final message?
I actually have a two-part message.
Go for it.
Two-part message.
All right.
I am Don Roy Graham from such and such Homestead. And I am imploring to all Jamaicans that is not affected. It doesn't matter how small, find somewhere to take it to if you can. When you guys are going out there, please, this is not a school trip. Be safe. Remember that we're serving and we're serving others. Don't try to humiliate persons by videoing and taking their pictures while you're handing them the help. Right?
Right.
And for those who want to help just because of help, we will take it. For those who are helping because of your selflessness, we applaud you. So the other part of my question, my statement, I know a lot of you guys are reaching out to me trying to help me and help me get off the ground. I personally, I've lost a lot myself, and I've given a lot myself, and my team has reminded me that Dan, we understand, but remember that you're also in the midst as well. You are a part of the less fortunate now. You are a part of the homelessness now, right? And we're going to be putting on some campaigns to keep helping others. But at the same time, we are going to slowly move into helping Dan Roy to rebuild and to also grow while we still help others. So for persons who are looking out for those, we are getting there. But as of right now, the people of Jamaica, the western section of Jamaica, is still at the forefront.
Okay. Well, I love that.
That's my two part. Be selfless. Serve. and send help. We want help.
I love that.
We
I mean,
want help.
that I think is one of the most beautiful parting messages. Honestly, it's been a joy to speak with you. I hope we can stay in contact as time goes on. And I appreciate you so much for joining today on Coming On Up. Again, this is Don Roy, not Don Ray, Don Roy of Such and Such Homestead. I think most of you guys obviously know the gentleman, but he is an honest inspiration to others. I hope you guys will follow his message and do good in this world, because that is really what the hell we're here for. I don't know what else the purpose is if we're not here to help others. So it's not about making as much money, because guess what? When you die, you can't take it with you. So thank you so much, Don Roy, for joining. Is there anything else you want to mention, or you're good?
Yes. One more thing. Let me just say something here.
Yeah.
For everybody who's following my life, go and like his page. No argument. Go like, run up him like. The reason, let me tell you something.
You like my page?
There's 17 pending. Yes, your page. Oh. Hold on. Don't talk. It's my time. Hold on. There is 17 pending interviews. Even our local news here in Jamaica wanted to interview me. When this man reached out to me, he felt genuine. He was I could felt a genuine energy. Is anybody else here understanding and feeling the genuine from this man? He felt genuine. And I said, he wanted to do the interview Thursday. And I said, no, you got to do it now. Today. You got to do it today. Because you're going to lose the opportunity while it's fresh. And I want you to get the first interview. I don't know you and you don't know me, but you're getting the first interview. Everybody who's, and there's 1.4K people here, go run up his live, and I thank you guys so much for doing that. Right? Big up him thing, follow him thing, let's help to grow. No matter always help everybody. Right? So big him up. He is helping me right now, and we're gonna everybody over there. No.
Wow. Right. Wow. That's making me emotional. So I do appreciate that, because What's that again?
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that thank you to your followers. Yeah, there were 30 people in this room, and then there's now 130. So I don't know what to say. So I really appreciate that. I just want to keep helping as many people as possible. I'm not here to make money, honestly. I'm a life coach. I do help a lot of people, obviously in my business, but I did this because something was telling me I needed to do this. And I am so happy that we met. You're an awesome inspiration. And I hope that, you do more interviews, honestly, because what you say is just going to be able to spread to more people. So, and I'm blessed that when you did first tell me this morning, like you want to do it today, I was like, okay. So we got to get prepared. And so I hope this interview was what you maybe had hoped. And honestly, I try to be as genuine as possible and as humble as possible. And I like meeting like-minded people. So thank you. I appreciate that, man. And people are being very generous right now.
Right. Whenever you're ready, you grab your tent, come on down.
Okay.
Put your tent right next to mine, and I'll show you around, bro. Come on down, and I'll show you around.
I would love to do that.
Whenever you're ready.
Honestly, I would love to do that.
Whenever you're ready, man, we'll get you down here.
Okay.
Yeah, a matter of fact, get on down here when we started nailing on the first zinc on my cabin.
I would love to help you build your place. Yeah, man, that would be amazing. That would be a real inspiration, I think, for me. I need a little vacation, a contribution vacation. I think that would be really amazing. Yeah, man. I'm gonna write that down, actually. I've always wanted to go to Jamaica.
Get on down here. Get on down here, man. Get on down here.
Okay.
So guys, so while the interview is over, we're still talking. Let's just keep this rolling. Um, so the one of the things that we always have to be reminded is that when you put other needs in front of yours, you're basically putting your needs in front of everybody else. When you put other needs in front of yours, you're automatically putting your needs in front of everything. It's automatic. And when you learn to serve, you are served. Learn to serve and then you are served. And keep in mind that you should not, you're not going to always get it back in the farmer ways that you think. Not because you gave away one, don't mean you get one. It comes in different form and different ways. And this is the kind of message that I want Jamaicans to really start taking on, right? Don't pass that man on the roadside that needs assistance. Right, last night I was coming home because I was on the live yesterday while I was driving from 4 in the evening to about after 9 in the night, and we were coming from Westmoreland. We were giving away some stuff, and we were coming down through some bush. But as I came on the main, there was a gentleman that was on the road that was fanning us down, and being cautious because you have to be safe. The gentleman is a elderly man. So we turned around and we went all the way up the road and came back, and we kind of found out that he ran out of gas.
Oh
He
my.
was coming all the way from St. Elizabeth, and there was no gas station from St. Elizabeth until he got to Montego Bay that was open. And
Wow.
in less than a mile from the gas station, he ran out of gas. So we took the bottle and he gave us 2,000 Jamaican dollars to go and buy the gas. Right? He trusted us with his $2,000 and his bottle. Right? And we went to go buy the gas, but we were trying to get to the ATM to get some money so we could buy more than the $2,000 worth of gas. But we weren't able to get him,
Wow.
but we took the gas back to him, and he turned out to be a nice, kind gentleman. For those who were on the live yesterday, they would have seen that played out. We don't pretend to help people.
Right.
We
You
do not
actually do.
pretend. You have to help. And if you don't know, you do not know how to genuinely help people, the more you practice it, is the more it becomes selfless.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Practice it in small ways.
Oh,
Start by saying good morning to your neighbors. Yeah.
you're right. And I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit there. Oh, I'm not sure what. Oh, sorry.
That's fine, man. You can
So,
keep
I mean, man, you've touched. I mean, already tonight you've been, beyond kind. And your supporters are absolutely amazing. I do appreciate them, and I don't really know how to take too much generosity. It's not something that I'm used to, because I'm always the one helping others. I'm never usually the one getting help, but I do appreciate this. It's hard for me to grasp at this moment, but thank you to everyone, and you've been amazing, man. I mean, I actually don't know what to say at this point, and I'm never speechless. So, the work that you do. How do you think people in the U.S. could start doing what you're doing? Because there are homeless people. There's plenty of homeless people. There's a lot of people in need. What do you think you could tell people here? Can you hear me still, by the way? Because I think the live may have stopped.
hold on. I think your connection is off. Hold on.
Oh, I'm breaking up.
Is it my connection or is it his connection? Are you guys getting the same thing that I'm
Your
getting?
connection.
Or
I
is it
have
my
perfect
connection?
connection. I mean, I don't know. I think people can still hear me. I,
Well, the person says it's both. So I'm not sure.
okay. Well, that's okay. That's okay. But you can't hear me though? No, he can't hear me. Oh, shoot.
No. I'm
Oh, at my side, they can hear me.
making some adjustments um to better facilitate this.
Right, because you have a
So
satellite.
right.
Oh, so you can hear me now.
Yes, someone was kind enough to loan me for 2 days. It expires today. Someone was kind enough to loan me a Starlink Mini so I can drive around in the van.
Okay.
Um, and I have to take it back tonight or tomorrow morning. So if there's anyone who wants to sponsor me a Starlink Mini, I would really appreciate it because that's how I can go live and that's how I can travel in the areas where there's no phone signal. So
Right.
for those who want to sponsor me a mini, I would gladly appreciate it.
So if
Or
you do so,
if you guys want to raise the fund so then it's not falling on one person, then you're all contributing to it. Right?
okay.
We can set that up, can't we? And everybody put $10 and we buy one Starlink. Oh, we sound.
Yeah. How much is a Starlink anyway? Is it a couple $100s? Can you hear me?
I'm not sure. How much is for a Starlink mini? Anybody? So so someone said $300, but here in Jamaica, so because we can get it here in Jamaica and it's kind of faster, especially with the shipping issues, right? We want to we would buy it here, and the $300 to $400 would basically be somewhere between $80,000 to $95,000 in some places, right? For the mini here, someone says $90,000. They're right. So the $90,000 is equivalent to about $400, guys. I say go $400
Someone is
somewhere
asking
there.
where the GoFundMe is for your shipping container. Does that make sense to you? Where is your GoFundMe for your shipping container?
I have not done the GoFundMe yet for my hope to soon be house. So I have not done that yet. I have not done that yet.
Okay.
We're going to have a GoFundMe up by end of day tomorrow or midday tomorrow, and then persons can start to donate directly towards my living situation,
Okay.
right? And we also have a Amazon registry, which is in the
Oh,
bio. When you go to the bio, guys, you will notice some changes. All the options and link is actually now in the link tree. So
okay.
if you want to see the PayPal, if you want to see the Zelle, if you want to see the local bank account here too, if you want to help, there is also a Jamaica, an Amazon. There are some that I would want to kind of help build some. I did a
Oh no.
There's a couple of things that is in the registry. So you can
Okay.
just go on my home page, click on the Amazon registry and purchase any one of the items from the list, and it would be shipped directly to me.
Okay. Perfect. So you have a location because you don't get stuff shipped to your home, right?
Oh, I
And
see
by the
what's
way,
happening.
everyone who's on my end right
I
now,
see what's happening.
so much
It's
for everything. Yeah. Sorry.
I think it's overclouded right now, and that do affect the Starlink signal.
Right. I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, I mean, I I've gotten so much generosity on this side, so I first want to be able to thank every single person who has, you know, I hate to say the word donated, but has donated. Again, I can't. It's hard for me to accept. So, what I want to do is, obviously, this channel I don't make money from. So exactly. So, but my goal is I want to be able to. If anybody does donate, I want to be able to donate, a good percentage of that to the person that I interview. I think that only makes sense. So expect a donation from me and expect my butt in Jamaica to help you build your house.
Hold on. Because we're having really bad signal issues. We're not hearing you so clearly.
I see you perfectly though, and hear you perfectly this whole time, except for some loud buzzing sounds.
Oh well, I don't know. Okay,
Yeah, how many dollars is one U.S.
go
dollar
again.
in Jamaican
What were you
dollars?
saying?
How many dollars is one Jamaican? One U.S. dollar is how many Jamaican dollars?
The equivalent to Jamaican dollars based on where it's between 150 to 160. So worst case scenario, if you want to make a better calculation, you go from between 150 to 155.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it
And
sounds
that's
like
safe. If you ask me, that's safe.
okay.
Right.
All right.
So
So
150. So when you're making the calculation, it's always times two, times one and a half.
1.5. Okay. And
If you do
how,
$400, then it's 40,000 plus the half of
right.
the 40, which is 20. So that's 60,000 Jamaican dollars.
So how much is a soda, a Coke?
Not hearing him. I'm not
Oh, I
hearing him.
said how much is a Coke, like a soda? Maybe someone can tell me in the chat. 300 or more. Okay, so it's about 250. Can you hear me now by any chance? Oh, I'm sorry, man.
The signal is off.
No, not so, I can see if you can hear me. I can
I
hear
did
you
that
and
the
see you
last thing
perfectly.
right, but I think it's
I should
coming off
learn to
slow. I don't know.
sign.
It could be my internet signal as well.
It seems good.
Pardon?
It seems good. It seems good. Like I can hear you and see you perfectly,
Yeah, but
but you can't hear me.
okay. But sometimes when you're speaking, it's coming over and it's kind of delaying and cracking up. On my end.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, that I mean, it happens a little bit like that on my end too. Um, well, people are being very generous, trying to get me. As soon as you ask that, I now have 81,000 likes. that's I appreciate that for everyone. So
For
let me ask you
everyone
this.
who is here and following my page, go and follow him. Go and follow him. Set up him follow. Set up him follow. Set up him follow. Go follow him over there, so. Go follow him over there, so. Big up him, big him up. Big him up. Big him
I
up.
appreciate that. So is it raining there right now? By any chance? It sounds like there's a lot of I don't
It's
know.
raining
Maybe it
right
was
now.
raining.
It's raining. It's
It
raining.
is okay. So I can hear it. I can hear
The
it.
noise that you might hear is raining cats and puppy outside.
Well, that's what's messing up the signal. I can hear that very loud. Can you hear me now, by any chance? Oh my, that's a lot of rain, man. That's a lot of rain. Wow. That's definitely why the signal. Yeah, that's absolutely. Thank you, Mamzelle. And yeah, I agree, Kayla and God, absolutely. Or God first, I'll say that instead of calling you God. Ah, he's back. If you can you hear me now at all? This is the most selfless man I've ever met in my life, and that's that's a beautiful thing. I hope that we can stay friends for a long time. And I'm actually very serious. I would love to come to Jamaica. I think that'd be a hell of a thing to do. Even if you can't hear me right now, but I'd still love to come to Jamaica. Absolutely. I think that would be a lot of fun and help you build.
Alright, the only thing I've heard you said was that you would love to come to Jamaica.
Yeah, I'm getting on a plane tonight. I'm joking. Not tonight, but maybe in the next month, actually. Can you hear me a little? No?
I'm
I'm
hearing you know. I'm hearing you know.
Yeah, I was saying maybe in the next month I could come by. I mean, I just got to look for plane tickets. Right now in the US, we're still having a little bit of issue with flights. But yeah, man, I mean, that's an offer I can't refuse if you're being serious. I've got all my gear actually right over here for camping. I'll repeat all this on a phone call with you. Oh my God! Wow. So you guys hit that goal, 100K. Wow, that's I appreciate that, guys. That warms my heart. You guys don't have to do any more. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Your followers are crazy. But I really look forward to doing, the next interviews, and honestly, if all you followers, if anybody has anyone that they recommend, please DM me. I would love, more people, because my goal is to do this once every week. Maybe we'll do it twice a week, and then what I do is I edit the videos. Well, actually, I have a professional do that. Edit the videos, and we're going to be posting our first interview videos tomorrow, and then this interview will likely be posted in about 2 or 3 days. But so I guess he left, understandably, and the connection probably wasn't so good. But you guys, you've absolutely warmed my heart. I don't know how I was able to hear him. Maybe his connection's actually better than he thinks, but maybe my connection's a little off. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But I appreciate that, and absolutely look out for the video. It's gonna be several clips. I gotta create my YouTube, and actually I created a website. I just have to post it or put it up online. And what this website is people will be able to click and see all the videos there also, and be able to click and actually submit people that they recommend for interviews. But mind you, it's always people under 100,000 views. Now, yes, the person I interviewed last week was at 111, but it was just such an inspirational person, and what they were doing was just such good. So apart from that, if you have anyone else that you recommend, but please under 100,000 as best we can, because I really want to help people that are still working, up. Like me, I don't have many followers right now, but that's okay. I'm working my way up just like everybody else. This takes work, and so I heard about such and such. That's a great question. I heard about him through, I forget her name, but so I posted a video saying that I was going to interview him. And I think that's the one where someone recommended, and I did thank them for recommending him. So that's how I found out about him. I really didn't know about him before, but I feel like it was meant to be. It was a blessing. And I can't believe that, I've gotten so much generosity from you guys, and really appreciate it. And you're absolutely damn right, Verona. The sky is the damn limit. So, right now, I hate to leave 185 people hanging. I'll say this. Does anybody have any questions about what I'm going to be doing, what I do? Either, like I said, I am a life coach. I'm not trying to get your business or anything like that, but I do work with relationships. I've worked with over 2,600 clients. I usually work with young adults, but I also work with parents, and now I work with business owners, helping them build their business. And I love what I do. It's a passion. And then I just had this idea one day, like, hey, you know what? I see so many influencers that do good, and then I also see these other influencers that are, posting just stuff that, I don't know. I don't want to insult anyone or make anyone feel bad about what they're posting, but I don't want to invite people that are just blowing bubbles, right? And I praise them for the work that they do, because it's hard work, to do all this. But really, my goal is just trying to get people, elevated and help them grow. And honestly, I don't ask for anything of it. So I really appreciate that. I was born in France. I was born in Paris, 1981. Came to the U.S. in 1983. So I'm an immigrant, but I am a U.S. citizen. I became a U.S. citizen in 2006. I'm 44 years old, and no kids, not married. And so my focus is really on just helping people at this point in my life. And that's what I love. Official Chin, you should interview. Okay, can you DM me that, please? Would you mind DMing me? Because I don't want to lose it here, but I will write it down just in case. And I apologize if I haven't caught everything you guys have said. To be honest, this is kind of... Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Shaq. you guys really are amazing, and thank you, user 477 as well. I'm trying to kind of go back. Thank you, Queen. That's a very kind comment to make. And Mr. Power, I'm looking forward to having you join as well. And thank you, Jay. I really appreciate your comment as well. And Kathy, you guys are way too kind. I try to do the best I can in this world. But I truly believe like the only way to help, or the only way to live life is honestly to help people. Which, like every year, one thing that I do is I help about 3 to 4 people that are homeless, and I get them out of being homeless. And I have just specific ways of doing so, and I coach them out of it. And it's really awesome, and I want to be able to do that more. The only thing is, I almost don't want to say this because I don't want anyone giving me anything, but funds, right? Because I try to help them with like a home, I try to help them with food, and just getting them back on their feet. So, but that's what I want to do more, and thank you for the glasses, very cool. But if anyone has any more questions, feel free to ask. She's in Westmoreland. Now, where is Westmoreland? I apologize. If that's in Jamaica, I don't really know. And if it's in the U.S., I apologize. I don't know every city. Where is that? Official Chin. Yeah, I wrote that down. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that. In Jamaica. Okay. I love Jamaicans. I really do. And actually, I didn't show him this. Look. I had the colors. I thought that'd be kind of silly to show him, but I'll show you guys. I appreciate that, Winsome. Thank you very much. And it's the same parish. Oh, it's the same parish where such and such is. I wonder, do they know each other? Have they met? Yeah, I know, God First. It's corny. I appreciate that. Do I have another channel? Actually, yes. I have my coaching channel. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I have my coaching channel. I have... don't worry about all the channels. I can. You can DM me and I'll tell you about the other channels. But one of them is kind of a jokey one on Trump. So I don't know. I don't want to piss off anybody. But it's just different AI videos that I've added. And then another one is I love taking photos, and so I take photos of things that are I think beautiful, and a lot of things with patterns and different things. It sounds kind of silly, but it's called Wild. The other channel is called Wild Fawn, PHAWN. So Wild Fawn, and I don't expect anyone to follow any of that. That's just kind of my personal thing. I just kind of put some photos out. But thank you, Audrey, for following me. That's really appreciated. And they do know each other. Okay, all right. So I will definitely reach out to her. Hopefully she'll respond back. I will definitely reach out to her. Hopefully she'll respond back. So 2 persons in Jamaica that donated every day to parishes can do an interview. Okay. All right. Again, send me anyone that you think should be interviewed. I don't care where they're from. I just want them to be someone who's really doing good in this world. They need to be recognized. Now, I'll say this also. You guys need to be recognized. Not just for your kindness for me, but and your kindness for I'll say for your kindness for such and such. You guys have incredibly stepped up, and that's what it's all about. And I think you guys are amazing. What do you mean mix up, boss? What do you mean by that? Am I mixing something up? Or is that like a TikTok thing? I'm not sure. I apologize. And no, I'm not going to start doing the 6-7 thing. I shouldn't have even have said that. Oh. Oh, really? That's beautiful. Okay. I'll definitely. That's awesome. And that's official Chin, I believe. Yes, official Chin. Oh, well, please, again, just if you can take the time, if you have the time, just DM me. That would be really awesome. I just want to make sure that I, can reach out to as many people as I can. And again, actually, come to think of it, I did get a recommendation, and now I have this recommendation. So maybe I can interview her next week, because I don't have anything set up 100% for next week yet. I usually do my interviews on Thursdays, so that I have a few days and post, the interviews on Monday. I haven't posted any interviews yet, so people are probably wondering what is going on with this channel. But what happened is I started this channel last year. And when I started this channel, I basically did 2 interviews with 2 amazing people that I need to post their interviews still. So now I have a professional that's dealing with that. But I got sick. I have a neurological disorder that kind of creeped up on me after getting the 2 Pfizer vaccines. I'm not an anti-vaxxer or anything like that, but I did get the Johnson & Johnson first, a year and a half before I took the 2 Pfizer ones, and then I just started getting these neurological attacks where I almost have seizures and I'm in pain everywhere. So I wasn't able, basically the beginning of this year or a lot of this year to really work or continue this channel. So I did post a bunch of silly things that are really kind of ridiculous. And I wasn't really, I didn't have much direction in that sense. But then I decided a few days ago, or about 2 weeks ago, that something came within me and just said, I got to do this. So I'm very thankful that I did, because I've now met 2 people that I've interviewed since that are absolutely incredible, and will likely be friends that I hope to be friends with for a long time. Excuse me. Oh no, that is someone you can interview. Oh, can you remind me? Well, again, please do DM me. I really appreciate. Oh, thank you, Shelly. I really appreciate that. I hope it's not something I have to take this medicine forever, but at least I have a medicine that I can take called gabapentin that takes away. Now, what did happen is I'd forgotten to take it for about 5 days, and it seems like it takes. After about 1 day, I started feeling these really uncomfortable feelings, and it wasn't withdrawal. And then I started having the neurological attack and realized, oh my God, I need to take my medication. So now I'm doing that right. But I would love to go. So actually, I heard in Jamaica you guys have what's it called? Marijuana, oil that can be very helpful. I would love to try that. Now, I'm not someone who hides who I am in any way, shape, or form. Oh, I appreciate that. The sky's the limit. Thank you. I'm not I will. You guys can literally ask me any question. There's nothing I will hide. There's nothing I have nothing to hide. Of course I have done embarrassing things in my life, but you know what? I think we all have. But where was I going with that? I just want to be as genuine as possible, and I hope that can come out in my interviews. But really, I just want everyone to really focus on who's being interviewed, not so much on me. I'm just the messenger, and I just want to uplift the good people that are doing great in this world. So okay, Andrea Stevens. Also, he's doing Andrea Stevens. Also, he's doing a good, wonderful job with the needy for hurricane victims. Okay, I love that. I mean, the island really. I mean, you guys took a Category 5 hurricane, and I just can't imagine. And what's sad is that there's these kind of hurricanes are becoming more common. I think last year was the first time they had a real, or maybe a couple years ago, first time I'd really heard about a Category 5, and then there was another one, and then another one, and then now there's this one. It's you guys live in such a gorgeous place, but of course no place is safe from the weather, unfortunately. But I will definitely take that person's name down with a better pen. But again, anybody, feel free to send me a DM, and I will respond back. And I will always respond to DMs. I am not one of those people that, even if I have 1 million followers, I will always respond to DMs. I will never be too good to respond to someone because I'm no better than anyone else. If anything, I've done a lot worse. So that's just my truth. Louisiana. Oh, you were in Katrina. Really? Kathy, that's... Wait. I was in Louisiana for Katrina and the hurricane. Oh my God, you were in both. So, oh my God, I couldn't imagine that. So did you move to Jamaica after that? Okay. You know what would be cool? I kind of wish, instead of typing, like, you guys could just like talk to me in like a group setting. I know that there's the adding guests and stuff, but apart from that, I kind of wish I don't know, there was just like a round table where everybody who joined. But of course the problem there is 106 people are going to start talking. Thank you, Queen. I really appreciate that. I'm no more amazing than you are, trust me. I'm helping in a different way, and I'm sure you're doing amazing. Oh wow, you were in Barrel. Yeah, I heard that was a really bad storm as well. Okay, I want to make sure a person, Donna Marie Gowan. Now, so tell me, what does Donna do? I also saw another one here. Wish I could screenshot this. Okay, so I did get I am Coda. And honestly, look, if any of you guys have under 100,000 followers and you guys are doing something, and I don't want to say something exceptional, because the reality is this is not supposed to be exceptional. This is supposed to be what we do as human beings by helping each other. So if anyone, here wants to be interviewed, who's helping out, and in your own way, whatever you may be doing. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not really going to interview necessarily someone who's like making pottery or things like that, unless they're donating it and doing something good. We all have a story, and I don't want to diminish anyone's story. We all have something that, we want to share. So I hope all of this inspires you guys to go out and really start sharing the love that you have in your hearts. So now, just so you know, oh, wow, it's 7. I was actually supposed to get off about 30 minutes ago. So I don't want to just let 100 people, just hanging. But I am going to have to go. My dog badly needs a walk. He's a terrier mix who's having a little bit of stomach issues. So I need to take care of him. But thank you. 200,000. That would be, everyone would have to click like crazy to get up to that. But unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to do that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so under 100,000 people, I usually do. Wait till we... you guys really don't have to do that, because I really do have to go. But I really do appreciate all the love that you guys have provided. It's kind of more than I've, I guess, ever had. So I really appreciate that. I don't really know what to say. I just hope that you guys will, join the next interview that we do. And I assume that will probably be sometime next week, but definitely look out in the next couple days. I hope he does enjoy his walk as well. It's a little chilly outside here. Right, Casey? I wish I could show him. I don't think I can. Here, you know what? I'll introduce you guys to my wonderful dog. Hopefully you guys can see him. Let's see. Oh. No, why is it not showing? You know what? Let me take off this background. Let's see here. Oh, this is not how you do that. No. Okay, that's not how you do that. How do you turn off the background? Oh, here we go. There you go. So this is my dog, Casey. And you see, he's a little sad because his tummy hurts and he needs a little food. So I'm going to go take care of him now, guys. Thank you so much for all the love. And I'll see you on the next one, all right? Have a good night, guys. Bye-bye. Now I got to figure out how to turn off the live, which I'm not so sure. I guess I just close it out. Oh, no, there's a button to stop here. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a great night. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Thank you.